Good morning, family. It's time for a thought experiment. Let me know what you think. So, imagine this. You are granted the ability to be inside someone else's body for a day. And you're going about your day, marveling about how different the experience is with your perspective in their body. And all of a sudden, you're going throughout their day as you, and an old enemy comes up and starts telling you off, telling the person that they think that you are off. Are you going to feel personally offended that this person is criticizing or yelling at somebody else just because they think you are that person? I hope that sank in, because people don't know you. They know the version of you that they created in their mind. No one can truly offend you because no one can truly know you. Know your intentions, know your perceptions, know the reasons behind all of the things that occurred in your past that brought you to where you are in relation to that person. If I was in somebody else's body and they were getting yelled at, I'm not going to feel it to my core because they're not talking about me, right? So next time you hear something or you're told something or there's something that you don't like that somebody said to you, consider that they're not talking to you. They're not talking to your soul and your true self. They're talking to the person that they think you are. And sadly, that is something we have no control over. No matter how much we try to come across a certain way, people will always see us from the lens of their life perspective. So when you think of it that way, that they're criticizing someone else, that they're mad at someone else, that they don't have a full picture of who you are to your core. Even if you did do something wrong and you did hurt someone, if you have that remorse, they can't feel that way with you. All they know is what you did. All they frame you upon is that action. And that has very little to do with the culmination of who you are as a person and what you are as a soul in time. So allow yourself to step back from those things that might trigger you. They're meant to, oftentimes, but they don't have to, because we can accept with grace that people don't know the real us, and we can accept that they're yelling at who they think we are, and that we're not that person. We can let them feel their feelings. We can apologize. We can be calm because we're not triggered by our own emotions, and we can respond in a proactive manner instead of a reactive manner. And overall, I think your experience would be much better because you're not holding that in. You're not remembering that for decades, that interaction with that person. You're able to let it go and let it through. And that's the best way to free yourself from all of that pain that's built up over time. To let it go and let it through instead of pushing it down, pushing it down, pushing it down, because then your energy can't flow properly and you're stuck with all of these bad stories. And isn't it funny how we're so good at holding on to the bad things, but as soon as somebody says something good, it's, oh, can you say that again? It really is amazing. So when it's tied to a negative emotion, yes, it's more likely to get stored, but you have the power of deciding whether or not you see it as a negative thing. If you have that initial feeling, fine, we can't necessarily control that, but your thoughts control your emotions, and it is a continuous cycle. So if you're changing your thoughts about something, you're changing your emotions about something. Plain as that. So you have power to choose how you feel and react and perceive things. So use that power to lead a happier life, because no one's actually judging you. You, the person who is behind the thoughts, the person that is the core of you, not the person that is the learned compilation of everything you've ever heard and witnessed and experienced and been a part of. If you think about it, a lot of the thoughts in your mind are a compilation of all the things you've heard all your life from all the people that you've been around, and society, and, popular culture and media, and a lot of it is probably your parents. So when you're going through those thoughts once more, I also ask you to grab it, hold it for just a second, and ask yourself, is this actually mine? Does my actual highest soul self believe this thought too? Usually the answer is no. And the more you get to know the characteristics of your highest self, the easier it is to distinguish what's really you and what's just a program, In the Four Agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz, he's brilliant and he sums it all right up. But he calls us auto-domesticated animals. We are the only animals that have domesticated ourselves. Humans are domesticating humans by reinforcement, by, exposure, by all of these things. We're training our children, don't do that because this, and it's usually based on a societal perspective of do or don't do because. It is amazing. It is powerful to realize that, and to realize that you're not tied to those opinions or belief systems that have been gifted to you. And it's a gift as soon as you realize that it's not a curse, and that you're free to build your own self the way that you want to be, the way that the person behind your thoughts. The brain is trained. The brain is a program, but you are the one watching the program. I hope that makes sense. You are not your thoughts. And I'm sure that's a big relief to realize. Because our thoughts can suck. And we can make them personal. We can make them feel like it's our fault for thinking or feeling these things. Why am I so mean? Why am I so judgmental? You're not. You are not. Your mind might be because it was trained that way, but that is not you. So the more consistently you are mindful of your thoughts and your patterns, the more you can get away from them and move toward your higher self. And of course, if you need help with that, I am a life coach and I would be happy to work with you.